is kind of like funny. 3 years ago, I was reviewing this fake Supreme Louis Vuitton hoodie because I couldn't afford a real one, which was $6,000. But why would I even want something this ridiculous? Why would anyone want this? And I think it's because the culture we perpetuate and the culture around us, it's all about just consuming and having the nicest material stuff. And it's coming at the expense of literally everything. And especially our wallets, because I had no money and yet I was buying this stuff, pursuing this stuff. And I think we don't really have any rules or any discipline guiding us. And so I started buying this stuff. I was making YouTube videos on it and people were liking it. I was getting a lot of views and wasting a lot of time. And I was also pursuing other stuff. I was showing other stuff, which wasn't good. But I have since removed all this because I don't think any of what I was promoting is good for your wallet or your soul. And so through the process, luckily, I bought a lot of stuff before I became a minimalist. I bought, all fake, but I bought Yeezys, Human Races, Bape, Supreme. I bought $500 worth of manga. And that was really the last straw. Is I bought, I'm like, oh, I bought this bookshelf and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fill it up with manga. And manga is pretty expensive. So I bought 1 book and then 2 books. And then I thought, and then when I finally filled it up and spent $500, I didn't really get a sense of satisfaction. I had just wasted my money on this stuff. This is when I realized I wanted to stop buying stuff. After I bought this $500 worth of manga, and it didn't make me any happier. You know, it was fun to buy, but then after it's like I have no money and my room's just more cluttered. So I wanted to embrace a extreme approach. I just gave all the manga to the library, gave all the fake clothes away, and I started getting rid of all my stuff. And I was really inspired by, you know, other minimalist YouTubers, who made it like fun to live below your means and to get rid of your stuff and just live a simple life. And I learned so many valuable things during this period. I started saving more money, not getting into any debt, getting a credit card, building a credit score, getting a 401k, a Roth IRA, working towards the goal of financial freedom, valuing people and experience over things. And because of this, I was able to, you know, because I wasn't spending all my money, I was able to go on an awesome Europe trip. And I really love traveling. That's something that's worth it because experience is worth more than things. But the thing is that, you know, when I was just a minimalist, you still kind of put your happiness into the money that you're saving. But you realize that that will never be enough because things are only getting tougher and tougher economically. Even if you do everything perfectly, crazy things can happen and you can lose it all. And housing is just getting to a ridiculous level. And that's so important to the American dream and to financial freedom. So looking at that, I realized that I can't just put all my happiness in this because I can still lose this. I can still lose this money that I'm saving, the people around me. You can lose that all. I realized that I need a more extreme approach. I need extreme minimalism. I want to live on so little and get my happiness from so little that I could never lose it. And really the only way to do that is to get your happiness from something more than the physical world. Because everything physically you can lose. Your health, your money, the people around you, you can lose it all. The only answer is a metaphysical one, and that is to have faith in God, to get your happiness from God, from praying, from helping people, from doing God's will. That is the only way to be happy no matter what. We are naturally hedonistic creatures. We are going to do whatever feels best. This is why we get stuck on the hedonic treadmill. This is why we buy $500 worth of manga, why we get addicted to drugs, TikTok, people, food. All these things are very addictive and they bring us temporary pleasure, but we always return to our baseline. So minimalism allows us to step away from this and say, wouldn't it be better if I was happier with less stuff? And minimalists have got so much figured out, you know, valuing people, experience, building wealth for financial independence. But all this stuff can still be taken away. So I would take it a step further, embrace extreme minimalism. People die, people break up with you, your health you can lose, your wealth you can lose, everything that you can lose. So it's not that you shouldn't have those things, but you should be independent of your happiness should be independent of those. So you have a high baseline happiness. And really the only way to do this is because the material world is obviously what we really care about, but we need a metaphysical and God. We need God. If you get your happiness, your joy from God, from activities that are always going to be there doing God's will and bring you that satisfaction, that is never going to go away. It could be the Great Depression and you still have God. No matter how good or bad your life is, you still have God. Nothing else can do that. Every other ideology is rooted in just material. And it's fine to have material goals, and I have all the same goals as a minimalist, but I just think that it needs to go one step further. For me, become an extreme minimalist and get 100% of your joy from God. Overall, hope you guys liked the video. Leave a comment if you had a similar experience, came to similar conclusions. What you guys want to see next? I have a lot of videos coming soon about, how to declutter your life. What I do for fun, for $0, really cheap, that bring me satisfaction, what you can do in your free time. But yeah, just comment and subscribe and notification bell, everything. Thank you so much.